Right, we're back again, and we're going to do this set, which I picked up today, and I wasn't going to do this one, but it's late, and I have to do a quick set, and this one looks like it's going to take 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes, so let's see how we go. So glad they went back to this. I know it's annoyed some people, but not me. So anyway, there's 2 bags, so more than I thought. Oh my gosh. Maybe I could just do 2 real quick videos. We'll do this one. Oh, I couldn't possibly. It would be wrong. This is probably the very first cheap set that I've had that's had 2 clearly marked bags. Well, we'll see how fast the first car goes. So I mentioned this set in a video a few videos ago, but this is it. I mentioned that there was a set with 2 cars and it was like a cheap set, and here it is. I put the thing on the tire on the wheel, which is pretty wacky of me there. Nice instructions. It looks like you're putting confetti or something on the ground. So anyway, terribly unexciting dialogue today. I was going to say I've been thinking about like getting into trying a go at streaming, but I kind of don't want to stream. And it's like, well, you can't stream if you talk like this. This is like the worst. This is no entertainment value, which is fine for a channel which no one watches, but for a stream that nobody watches, you've got to really put some effort in. So I was thinking, well, I actually don't really want to stream by myself. I want to have someone else along. So I'm always wanting to like do something where I have a guest, but it's hard to get people to actually sign up to do that. But I'd like to do something with politics, maybe. Talk about the local politics in a funny and humorous way with various people. Or just what's going on in the neighborhood. This is quite straightforward. Honestly, I think we can do both of these and not to worry too much, though it is late. And I've been trying to not go to sleep late ever again. That time was over. By late, I mean 11:30, which is when I used to always go to sleep. But I've been trying to go to sleep at 9:30, and it's just been failing again and again and again. So, yes. But there we go. So we made this. I was going to say something else, but then I completely forgot what I was going to say. But who knows. Today was a pretty okay day. Got some things, bought some bits and pieces. Bought another second-hand board game. I was going to mention that I tried out the new Google AI thing, which some people thought wasn't that good because it seems to forget the conversations quite quickly. But it seems more that it's like quite restricted. Like it won't make images of people, but it will make cartoons. Like it won't make images of even if you put animals in human situations. Like I tried to get them to make a photo of a cat riding a mobility scooter. As you do. And it was like, sorry, it's against my policy to make photos of people or even animals acting as though they are people. But it does make drawings of cats and paintings and stuff of cats riding mobility scooters, which is something. And it made a logo for a project that I'm always working on that I thought turned out okay, and they got the letters right, so that's better than the other cheap free image generator thing. But other than that, I don't really have any use for it. I'm not going to go asking for any coding. I did try and ask it for a coding thing. I said, can you make a thing called an array in Java of the names of all the cities in New Zealand, but in order of population. And it gave an answer which I think would produce the correct result, but it was hysterically inefficient. But it was quite fascinating to see that it came up with a reasonably good answer, but just one that could have been much simpler. But it was technically correct and not poorly programmed. Just why would you do it this way? why it doesn't make any sense. But it was still useful. I mean, you could have just taken the results and got what you wanted. But anyway, not as good as like the other thing. But it doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about ChatGPT or whatever and those kind of things. We're going to talk about this car. And this car is going well. Speaking of cars, my car is not going well, but I'm getting there. I actually kind of think my other car has got a broken fuel pump too, which is kind of fascinating because there's completely different kind of fuel pumps. It's a mechanical one, right next to the engine. Quite different to work with. I think it's just that there's a little diaphragm thing on the inside that goes backwards and forwards to pump the fuel in, and it quite possibly has deteriorated with age because it's been sitting there for 7 years, probably with some petrol in it, which is what I thought something like that might happen. But it's just funny, so funny. But look at this, and this is quite cool because I have a Toyota Starlet, and friend of mine also purchased a Toyota Starlet, a different model to mine, but my one has like these stripes on the side, which I've always called Go Faster stripes, as someone else had told me to call them. They're Go Faster stripes. They make your car look like they go faster because they've got these little stripes on the side. And this car's got this. But my friend, she took the Go Faster stripes off her Starlet, and I thought that was a bit poor performance. But I guess people have different likes and wants. But it's quite nice that they've put in Go Faster stripes on this car. It's quite nice that everything's printed. That's a plus point for me. Like I'm taking my time to do the very last bit. So where do these little black things go? So that one goes there. I've got to turn off the. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. I have a monitor that's on there's 3 monitors, but when one of them goes to sleep, it decides to pulse the high-pitched sound, and I'm not quite old enough to not be able to hear it, so it gets on my nerves. Though, strangely enough, I probably couldn't hear it if it was on the other side of my head, because my left ear isn't quite as good as my right ear at hearing high-pitched sounds. Which is sad, but I was chatting with a co-worker, and they're doing a master's thesis in tinnitus because they do audiology, which whatever the term is. I thought it was quite interesting. But anyway, that's that page done. There's not much else to say about anything. And we're done. So that's it. Let's just do it. Let's just go all the way, because that did not take 5 minutes, but it took slightly less time than usual. And it would be not a loof, a rye, something or other, something with an A in the front of it. To not do the next page. This person has are they the winner? So does this one win because they've got the golden thing, or is that just that they've pulled too hard on the gear stick and it's popped off? We'll find out at some point in the future. Maybe today, more than likely. Okay, they're number 2. How can they win? They're literally number 2. So far, no particularly astonishing pieces. Though this one does have like roller skate wheels. Someone I know just recently did roller skating for the first time. And I mentioned that I used to do rollerblading a fair bit, but haven't got around to doing it because I just don't. But I will. And they commented that they thought that rollerblading was more scary than roller skating. Rollerblade. Inline skating is scarier than old school roller skating, which I think is not true. I find old school roller skates far more terrifying, but that could be me. And I haven't actually replied to the message when they told me that. They DM'd me, and I probably should. So, but you know how things are. I haven't replied to lots of messages. So that goes there. We've made this, including a message explaining to work why there is a bowl missing, and the reason that there is a bowl missing is, and what happened to it, does anybody know? And it's like, I know what the thing happened. I tried to cook popcorn in the microwave, and it wasn't a microwave safe bowl and it melted, and, and that's the end of that story. And I felt bad because I also melted another bowl at the same thing. It's like you can't, I don't learn from my mistakes. And I also subsequently melted a rice for one pack by accidentally pressing 10 minutes instead of 1 minute. So that was all. I ruined the whole microwave, but I did do a good job cleaning the microwave at work before I left on Friday. So I made amends. Everything is fine. This is quite funky. I like the colours on this. It makes me feel like it's one of those. What are they called? The music one that they had, the music thing, which I had another one of recently. I got a few more of those, but I've forgotten what they're called. I think I put them in a box somewhere, so I can't actually show you them. I wasn't actually going to do them on the channel because, like, I did do one with a little carry case and that thing, and it's like, well, what's the point of doing another one? They're all kind of the same, and I'm probably just going to keep that one for, collector's item to sell in 20 years' time. I've done something seriously wrong here because there's an extra bit. I put this thing, I put two of these on, and then that should have gone there, and that should actually, it just feels like a friend's car or something, but I do have more friend sets. I was supposed to be doing a friend set, so poor performance by me. Like, I bought another one. I've got like 3 friend sets. What am I doing? Oh, okay. They don't go 2 times anymore because numbers are hard, so they're just showing you 2. Because showing is easy. I don't know, I was trying to make a joke there. You can't do it. And that's it. Okay, cool. I like this person here. They kind of look like strong bad somehow, like they're holding their big fists down on the side. That's a reference to something that half the people who watch this may not know what they are, and the other person might know what they are. I put this in the wrong. Oh no, I put it in the wrong place. Oh no, bad. Oh, rubbish. How am I going to get? I can do this. There's a small gap. Hey, that wasn't as hard as I thought. That was going to be a disaster. I was going to show you what I picked up. Oh, I forgot to message somebody else. I picked up this Lego NXT Mindstorm set for like a ridiculously cheap price of, like, I don't know, I think it was $3 or $2 or something, or $1.50 or something. And oh, I'm missing a piece. Oh no, please don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. There it is. But it was in a completely different city, and it was pickup only, and I was like, oh, but I was going to that city. It just so happened, and I said, is it okay if I pick it up when I pop down in like a few weeks' time? And they were like, sure, knock yourself out. And then it all went horribly wrong, and that was when I completely forgot that I had a flight that week and not the next week, and so I completely missed my flights, and that was a waste of money. So I never actually went down. So then I got a friend. I said, hey, you live down there. How about you pick it up, and then I can pick it up from you when I actually eventually do get down there. But then when I eventually got down there, and then my friend picked it up. When I eventually got down there, they weren't in that city. They were back up in another place, and they didn't have the thing on. So in the end, now that they're moving house, they finally posted it to me. And then I was supposed to say, hey, you posted it to me. I'm going to pay you the postage. You can't get away with not paying. With me not paying for it, and that kind of stuff. But I forgot to do that also today, so that's yet another person that I did not message because messaging is very hard. It's actually, I don't like having conversations or anything with text or any of the text-based thing. It's why I don't like watching people stream. It's like you want to see something insightful, but it's like then you have to type it out, and it's like, well, it's not that, there's effort in typing, because I'm a pretty good touch typist, but it's the whole fact that it's not the same flow as actually communicating, and it's like, it just becomes so much effort to actually because you know I'm like a waving my hands around kind of person and doing lots of energetic things, and then so it becomes quite difficult to actually just send a short message, because you're like, oh, you have to think about it and you have to do this. I don't know why they're using the round ones a lot more. I don't know if this is aesthetically better to have the rounded pieces in there instead of the sharp edged pieces, but they do. So, and anything else there is that's it. It's just some wheel time. You certainly get your wheels out of this one. That's one wheel, and I'm just going to put the roller skates on them. I'm not going to make whatever that thing was. How's it meant to go? Like that? Like, does that look like a trophy? I mean, I guess it does look like a trophy, doesn't it? It's got a little car on the top. Well, that makes sense. What a well-designed piece. It looks both like a pair of roller skates, and it happens to also look like a little car. Well thought out. Okay. I haven't even built the guy. It's just been sitting there in pieces this whole time. Going, oi, hey, oi, oi, hey. Wait. How come there's only one free extra helmet thing? That's a bit different. I would have thought each bag would have had a spare. Maybe it did. Maybe I just lost it. Maybe it's under there. Oh, it's too late now. Let's put the wheels on. Let's get this thing over. And then I can go to sleep. And such like. Okay, we did it. Oh, I broke it. Yay! I can't do this. It's because I've been working out. I've been trying to build up my arm muscles. I went and bought a next size up dumbbells today. Just one set. Because I can't afford to buy two. Just one, not a set. Just one of the set. And I was like, oh, I've got a big backpack full of stuff and I have to ride it home on a bicycle. And it's like, I don't want to put this much weight in my backpack. So I just thought, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tape it to my bicycle, and that actually turned out to be a much smarter way of doing it. It fitted on the crossbar thingy quite easily, so better than I thought. That went well. That went quite well. But anyway, yeah. So probably my muscles are probably going to hurt tomorrow or something because I upped the weight. But there you go, that's fine. So we've got lots of extra little pieces. They can just sit there, and we've got two little cars, and we've lost one of the drivers. And we've got the driver back, and we're going to put the driver in, as drivers do. And then they're 21, and they're number 4. So all in all, this is quite a cool little set, I'm going to say. Because you get 2 cars. That's always straight up, that's play value, because you can play with 2 cars. You get some cool bits. Everything's printed. You get 2 little figures. You get that little cupcake kind of piece thing used as an interesting attachment for a vehicle. I don't really know what that's supposed to be, but I only know old cars and small cars. But hey, they're cool. So do they go at the same speed? Of course they do. What a silly thing to say. Yeah, exactly the same speed, right down to the nearest whatever thing you measure speed in. Is there anything else in here? So there are some other interesting. I almost got that one there. That's it there, but then I didn't. Isn't that from the last one? This is like the set, the race car that I never got around to buying. So I might get that one at some point just for the. But I like the fact that these are matching colors, and this is like apparently. I saw this set here mentioned with the hamburger thing as being like, quite a good, well-made, quite a good Lego set. Like lots of interesting things, and that there's 2 separate bags, and they're quite, they don't overlap. You can make them both at the same time. So it's a good set to make with a friend, apparently. And I guess that one's like a pull back one as well. But there's like a little chase one too. Could be worth looking into. Just some good. I've got a really good I thought it was quite a neat little Creator 3-in-1 set to do as well. It's like a cheapy one, which looks lots of fun and it's quite cute. It looks like a definite display item, but these are quite good, and they smash together. So cool, excellent, great. Have a good evening and morning and lunchtime and brunch and afternoon tea. Bye.